Hi everyone, and welcome to this quick demonstration of ThingLink. Today we're going to look at some of the basics of setting up your ThingLink interactive video or interactive image. First thing you need to do is find the ThingLink website by clicking on the link there, thinglink.com. When you get into the website, you'll obviously have to register. I've already got my account set up. So it'll just take you a few minutes. What you need to look for is the free teacher and student account when you come to do your setup. So make sure you select either teacher or a student, depending on your role in school, and then you should be able to get access to a free account. Now, once you sign in and you start to create your own files, the first thing you'll see is this page. So just a quick outline of what you can see on this interface. On the left-hand side, you've got your own content. So a little menu with your own content and any collections of ThingLinks. There are also links to something called users and groups. We won't be using these, so don't worry about them. They are for large organizations. As an individual, you will not need to use those. Okay. And then across the top there, you've got an option to obviously purchase an account. Because we're using a free one, we may not get all the features. And you can also have a look at your own profile there, change the settings, things like passwords, etc. And one of the important settings that you would like to make sure you change initially, it relates to the language. So make sure that you have set, because the country automatically dictates the language. So make sure that you have the UAE set as a country, but then you change the language down here. Okay, that's a crucial part to make sure that all the interface works in English. So make sure you change that. You can just click edit here and then select the language. Originally, it will be set to Arabic because we are in the Middle East. Okay, so just going back to the main content here. As you can see, I haven't got any content yet, and I haven't created any folders. I have got these 5 examples at the bottom, and these are just samples provided by ThingLink. They're a nice way to get started, and if you want to experiment with some of the tools, you might want to open those up. You've got a 3D picture here. You've also got a video example, an interactive photograph, another 3D one, and a still interactive photograph. Okay, so let's start by creating our own and just have a look at some of the basic tools. So I'm going to try and show you a couple of different ways of doing a ThingLink. The first one is just a still picture, and the second one is to create an interactive video. So we're going to click, we're going to click on upload a file, not the plus folder. We're going to click on upload a file. And in here, you've got to select your first media item, which sits at the background. Okay, so if you've recorded a video of yourself, you'll want to select that in through your folders. I'm just going to use one that I've downloaded earlier. So if I just go to my downloads, I should see a video here. So I'm just going to make my way to one of my folders where I've stored a video that I downloaded earlier, just to create the example. So this is a little video of a solar system. You might need to wait a couple of minutes whilst it's being uploaded. Now, the good thing about using ThingLink is that your video can be embedded with questions, it can be embedded with further information, it can be embedded with links to websites, it can also be embedded with YouTube videos, just to enhance the content that the viewer is going to see. So I'm just going to wait until this video is uploaded, and then we can have a look at how we can add our content to it. Okay, so as you can see, my video has now been fully uploaded here, so I can now start to edit. So I can click on the edit icon on the bottom right hand side, or I can click on the actual video here. There's another 3 buttons just above it. In that 3 buttons, you can also select the edit option, or manipulate the video as you feel fit. If you need to put it into a folder later on, or look at statistics to see how many people have watched it, etc. You can come back to those options. Renaming the video if you really want to, and then sharing that video out. Let's look at the edit option today. So when you click on this, it should load up your video. And again, we'll just give that a couple of minutes to find itself. Okay, so here we are, the video is now loaded, and as you can see, there's a timeline at the bottom where you can play through the video. At the moment, there are no information points on this video, so we're going to add some tags as we play through the video. I'm just going to alert you to some of the types of tags you can use in the ThingLink. By clicking on the Add Tag button, you should have three options. Text and media, which allows you to include either an image or a link to an image or a link to a website, and some text. You can add a simple text label, and you can add content from a specific website, and that includes YouTube videos. So you'll actually see a window created which allows you to embed the video on top of your existing video. It sounds a bit complicated, but you'll have a see how it works better with still images later on. So there is another option at the bottom, which is creating a tour. Don't select this at the moment. You can use that later on if you've created a number of scenes. So if you're working on a project with a number of lessons and you want to collate all of those scenes together, you can create a tour for your teacher, and that way they'll get to go through your separate videos through a tour system and some links. Okay, so we've got, as you can see here, hovering in front of you on the page, there's a little plus icon that seems to be pulsing out at the minute. We're going to choose, at the moment, that's the icon. We're going to choose what we want to put on there. And to start with, I'm just going to put a text label. Okay, so here we go. We've got a sub-menu. We can change the type of icon on the left. So let's put just a dot here. So we've got some choices of different colored icons. Now, if the icons are not there, and you see there's quite a selection there, but if they're not there, there is an option to upload an icon, but it has to meet certain specifications. And again, we're not going to cover that in this video today. So let's stick to some of the basic icons. I like this yellow one. Looks a bit like the sun. So let's start by putting in here a little title. Okay, once you're done, press done, and then you see that your icon is on the video itself, but also on the timeline in the video at the bottom, you've got that icon visible there. Now, next to the icon on the timeline, that's the time frame in which it will appear. You've got two yellow bars which allow you to extend the period of time which that particular icon will remain on screen. So if you always want it to be present, let's say you wanted it to be present on the top left at all times, you just have that running all the way through. However, and this is a big caveat to this, if you are using a video and you want your icons to change throughout the video, if you just left this section open, that icon will remain there throughout the whole video, and any subsequent icons will also remain visible throughout the whole video. So it's probably a good idea to pick a time frame in which you limit how long that particular icon stays on screen for. And then once you're ready to play along, you can then start to add in further icons at specific time periods of your video. So we've done a little label there. Let's have a look at adding another icon, which is a bit more complex. So let's pause the video just there. Okay, so you press pause, add a tag. This time let's put some text and media. Notice it's quite a large block now, so it's going to take over a large portion of your screen to see this. Again, we're going to change the icon, and this time I'm going to try and include some information to read. So I'll click on the little book. That's a nice little icon. And then I can add a title. overview of our solar system, and then some text to describe the solar system. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I've done some research already. I'm going to go to the European Space Agency for Kids website, and you can see here some text that I'm just going to plagiarize. Now, obviously, we don't encourage plagiarism, but for the sake of this tutorial, and so that you can see how this looks, I've taken a little bit of liberty with my plagiarism there. I could also, just to be on the safe side for referencing purposes, I could include the URL as well, okay? So that anybody who wants to visit that particular information further, they can click on a button, and I can change the title of the button just underneath there. That's a nice textual description with a button. I can also add an image. So let's find an image that might suit this. And again, I'm just going to browse through my images here. Let's see if I can get a nice image of. Where's my ThingLink? Okay, let's see. See, we've got all the planets. There we go. That's a nice picture. So you can select more than one picture here, and it creates a little bit of a gallery for people to browse through. So if you wanted to add more images, you feel free to do that. You can also include video, so people can play it back inside that particular in that little window there. Okay, so I'm just going to add one more for the sake of this example, and then we'll have a look at what that looks like. There's an option here at the bottom, uploading audio. So if your teacher recommends that you actually present your information, then you can record that using a microphone. Okay, so that's quite a lot to take in so far. Let's have a look at how that plays. Let's click done, and so we can just click on the icon and you can see the different images and a little bit of text information there. That's quite neat. And again, if you look at the timeline at the bottom, there's a specific time frame in which that particular icon will appear. Based on where we pause the video, you can make it last a little bit longer if you want to. Just take your playhead up to that point to see how it looks when the video plays. When will that particular tag icon appear? And does it fit in with the sequence of the video? Just play it back to test it out. It's always useful to test it, and then you can adjust your timings accordingly. Now, obviously, my icon there is taking over a significant part of that video, so I might want to move that. Okay, so hopefully you liked that one. Now we're going to move, I'm going to skip forward a little bit because I want to add one more tag in here, and this one's going to be a website content. So let's click add content, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab a video. So I want a nice little video here to go on top of my existing video. I'm going to choose the red icon because the video I'm going to get will be from Google, will be from YouTube. So just Google a suitable video that I want to share. Now, if you have got your own video to add in there, it's probably best that you have that video embedded onto Google or a website, because it's going to refer to a URL. So here I am. I've got my videos. It's from the Planets BBC Earth show. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the URL from there because it's the one I want to include from YouTube, and then just paste that into a little box here on the left and press done. Okay, I'm going to put this video to the bottom right hand side. If anybody else wants to view that video, they can do it at a later stage. And again, let's play that icon. So we saw that icon actually appear at the beginning and it disappeared, so it's not quite worked out for me there. I might want to move that icon and add it back in at a later stage here. Or I might want to extend my other icon. I think at this stage you can see that if you have made a bit of an error in terms of its positioning, There isn't really much you can do apart from take that URL. Okay, and add it in at a later stage. It does take a bit of practice sometimes to get this right. And don't be afraid of taking a bit of risk and making a mistake. Again, I'm going to pause here and then I'm going to add that back in. Okay, then we've got it in the right place now. And those are the three types of icons that you can use for your ThingLink. So press done. Takes you back to this screen, this display. And on this interface screen, you'll see the solar video is still there as it was originally. But this time, if I click on the actual video, I can play it back. I can watch it, and I can see all the links at the bottom here, the icons. Okay, information, the video here at the bottom right, and a little bit further in the video, we'll also see our website link. There we go. Information from the website and the images that we added in, and the little button. By the way, clicking the button will open up another browser tab, so just be aware that your readers will be taken outside the website. And then the last thing you need to know about is really how to share this. So again, you can go back in and edit it if you want. On this view, you've got lots of the other options that we looked at earlier, but we're going to share this now. So I'm just going to pause the video, I'll let it run through, and then click share. There's a few different ways to share the video. We're not going to embed because we're not going to create a website, but you can do if you want to. And we're not really going to go through social media for this one, unless you want to publish it to Google Classroom. In this case, I think the easiest way you can share is to go to the share link and either copy that and email it to your teacher, or you can have the QR code displayed so that they can scan it and watch it from there. Okay, and that's a basic introduction to using ThingLink to create your first interactive informational video. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, and enjoy playing with ThingLink. Thank you.